high. So this video, I just want to also capture, this is what Pismo does to angels and Christ that go to connect into what California and Saudi say that they owned of the collective DNA and banks down here, even though it was all stolen from one family in Texas that ended up in Texas from one family in Russia. I have to say that in order to give you the rest of the information. There are different things that we have used as in alchemy, that we have walked the doctored covens, and we have walked scienceology. Okay? You are all gonna go through a death. It's inevitable. Because at some point, because of the way this was set up and because of who you are, when especially if you're proven, if you've been along for my ride, you know, you're important. And we know, you know, you'd basically call us over here the original Harvest Girls. Now this is for everybody in the world. This is ascension of your soul coming out of a time travel matrix where many of us weren't allowed to die. And that is because you go back to one. Now, this is all needs to be understood in your consciousness so that you can heal rapidly. It's very simple. Healing is very simple once your consciousness understands what's happening in your body. If you don't understand, if you don't have consciousness of what is going on, then you go into trauma. You literally go into space. Well, there's not any anesthesia to hold anybody anymore because there's no little matrix pod that's got you in your own juices, because this was what Ukraine and everything. They wanted your body. They want your pee. They want your bath water. They want your fingers. They want your body. They want your children. Your body is healed. They know it. They don't want to tell you. But see, the problem is your body is what they would call the national deficit. Because you don't need money when you're self-aware. They just need your body pieces to make it free and charge you. Well, we ain't doing that no more, because it's not how. Because it was running from a Stargate. It is what it was. Don't blame us. Now, there's some little things right now and we're making some cheat sheets, and we're gonna because we are coming to a point where I am gonna be named. It has to. I'm the only one evidently who knows what's going on this planet, and it's been confirmed with our teams, and we are back in touch with what you would call some royal consciousnesses. We're seeing what's up. Everybody was infiltrated. Every organization, every family line was infiltrated. Some since only the dash-ins and that mess, and we're seeing that dwindle because they's just all running off the older energies of the Simpsons and the OJs and all this stuff. But it is what it is. So number one, if you're having headaches and you're having a lot of trauma, don't watch television. If you're going into fast food places and you're getting triggered, that's because those people aren't pissed off because their French fries are cold. They ain't losing their crap because of y'all are nuts. No, they walk into the thing, they feel all the Masonic codes. You can't hide from it now. You feel it. and they're active and they lose their shit because you don't think that what you're really doing is picking this up. But I can prove to you that your whole world has been tuned to these colors since what you'd consider 1958, which is why the 70s were so color coordinated, were they not? And this is all your NFL football teams, your auditorium, your auditoriums. You even give the wrong dog name, the wrong thing to one of us, and it's going to attack our children. Happened today. Why'd you give her a dog named Maverick whenever you knew that that was the Alamo and you knew that I was the one who claimed it and they's trying to make it all in California and give it to a big Momoa who claims to be your OA mom? No. Can't claim Harley. You can't claim that stuff. See, that's why all y'all are sick. Y'all are sick because you're still allowing them to do this by not saying Christ is here. I don't care if you think I'm it or not. There's 40,000 of y'all walking around. I'm way above Christ at this point. But Christ energy is here. It's why you're getting sick. You cannot use pharmaceuticals the way you used to. Now, you don't have to completely stop either. You're an alchemist. You have to understand your body. The doctor's not going to tell you anymore. Your body is the computer. You need to learn how to read it. If you have a pain somewhere right now, we can tell you they're probably going to be in certain phases. Let me tell you this one first. And this is a little, you'd call it a little white witchy trick, but this is what this is. It's back to energy and alchemy, and then how do we take this negative something and bring life to it and heal the rest? And that's what's happening now. I know what's wrong with every single one of you because you're coming out of different processing units. Now, if you've got lemons and if you don't, go get some lemons next time you go to the store. If you happen to have a lemon tree, even better. Or if you happen to know someone who does, even better. If you don't have a lemon but you've got a lime, use it. If you're gonna go buy one, get a lemon. If you don't have any of them but you've got an orange, it's better to do that right now than nothing. Anything that's citrusy, go cut it in fours. Put it underneath your bed. Put it underneath where you sleep. Maybe, I don't know. You got 4 pieces of a lemon. Ask yourself, how many lemons do I need? Where should I, consciousness, ancestors, tune into my house. Chastia, Cav Ming. Cav Ming's tune in. Say Cav Ming's tune in. Because we're the ones who walked all these little things. Now, when the messages come in, just do it. It's going to be wacky because we walk these little, like, that's my point. I'm here to tell you these missing pieces are not going to be something that is going to make any logic to you. It's gonna force you to have to connect because the lines walk these crazy little paths. There was no yellow brick road, dude. There was no Kansas. There was no house. This is Bird, you know, the Sandra Bullock movie that came out, Bird Box. You have to follow in here, you get unhushed. You follow the old, you're going to get unhushed. It is what it is. Because that's how the game was run. Understand, first of all, that this is what you're dealing with. When you're, because whatever pains you're having, it's the entire collective going through it. Because your etheric layers that are opening up your etheric body, which holds your true body, which holds your true consciousness. Because what really being Christed is and what Christ is your coccyx, which is your very lowest spine. It starts rotating, and that's what you get, what they call a 13th charge. And then what happens is it goes and it connects right here. That's when you become Christed. Well, all that does is break you open at the 33 parallel. Christ is only going to get you to not fall off the planet. That's it. That's it. So everybody needs to say Christ is here. so that we can break this 33 seal that's holding onto the equator. Now, once you do that, welcome. You're at the 6th dimension that was stolen, but that's it. You're at the bottom. That's fine. You're here. You're in the ocean. Congratulations. You made it. It's a big deal. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. Maybe you are supposed to float for a while. Fucking A. We need to float. We've been fighting your war for you. I don't know. Maybe y'all are going to be on the ship we jump in and get to float. I'm down with that. If that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you're supposed to be doing something else, then you better get up and go do it. Stop making stallings. Stop stalling. If you're sick, you're stalling. If you've been moving your butt and you're sick, you're clearing real quick. Those lemons underneath are going to draw out the ash. We're dealing with the, look, from the entire collective, we're dealing with the final intentions on even essential oil. Somebody put essential oil today and I started vomiting. We're going to talk about that because you need to purge. Your body needs to, it has to, because there's a foreign substance that's in. I don't care who you are. I don't care and if you're eating more vegan, if you ain't eating meat, then you need to purge more than anybody because you got more death in you because they've been feeding on you. This is inside your blood, it's inside your marrow, it's inside the basis of what makes up your body. So actually, the more that you think that you're clean, the more you're not. If you've been eating this real clean diet and you can't hold any food right now and you're nauseous all the time, that's why. Your body's floating way too high. And there's entities up there that you'd call vampires, you'd call xenon, whatever, that feeds on energy, that if you don't know that you're a giant milkshake, you've been a giant milkshake. See, this is my point, and this is just consciousness. You have to know how to protect yourself and your energy. My point is, if you're ill right now, what the lemons do is they will pull, and what the intention is, and we're doing this as a collective, so let your friends know. Just in your family, just put some lemons underneath the bed. Forget about it. Put them underneath the bed. Maybe put them underneath the car. I don't know. Hell, you might need one in the kitchen. I don't know. See, wherever your consciousness tells you to put them. Now, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it until you don't. Until you don't, because you're going to remember. And whenever you remember, then go back and see, is it clean or is it black? If it's black, then what you've done is just pull, like you're living in a coal mine, because we was in a coal mine. It's all in the air. I can prove it. You gotta get that carbon out of your lungs, just like you've been underground. Some of you got water in your lungs. We're dealing with infection right now, which is why we're getting the lemons out. As a collective, we can deal with an infection. The entire collective is having an infection right now. So us that understand are going to get out our lemons, okay? So that's one thing. 2. If you have not gargled or rinsed with coconut oil in your mouth, or you can even put coconut oil on a dry toothbrush and put your teeth, rub it on your teeth and your gums. Your gums are the quickest delivery system. Nasal and gums are the quickest delivery system of anything into a bloodline. So this is why hoodoo and food becomes so powerful to the wrong person. Okay? Everything that we've ever eaten had some nasty intention in it. It's connected to petroleum and oil and all this stuff, that these timelines that we let go. Well, that exists in your body like a little magnet. Well, what we're finding, and see, and this originally, this is what they freaked everybody out, because we started getting this coughing stuff in 2018, and we had it way worse than y'all. Like, it was full-blown pneumonia. You know, we were coughing up big black things, and we just all knew that we weren't dying. But it's literally because we were in depth so low and we were such high frequency, it lit your air. It's in your energy. Whenever you claim back your body, it's gonna want to eject it, just like a pimple, just like the implants come out. Because now your body's fully healing, and so it's like, I just need to get in a little bit, and it is, man. They're now. See, it ain't what it was in the beginning. Is what I'm telling you. Now they're coming out like little bitty balls. They're almost balled up. And they're only this big. They're only this big. But oh my God, you have to cough your freaking butt off to get it out. But they're only this big. And I even had one come out yesterday that looked like liquid mercury. Most of the time they're going to come off little bitty, and there's going to be like a little black ball. Now, I want you, it's almost like a BB that's inside you, that's connected to all this other stuff, that's just this one little bitty or two little bitty ones. Now, what's happening is it's staying stuck inside the lung or inside a tissue, right? Because it's this little bitty ball. So it stays stuck inside the tissue. Well, then it's hard to get it out. So then what happens is all this mucus builds up around it. And that's whenever you start drowning in the mucus, because you got to get that one little fucking ball out. Okay? So first of all, just know that. Consciousness of that. And then now we know, okay, we need to get those little balls out. Okay? We need to get them out. We need to make it easy to get them out, because the straining is what's causing the blood vessels. Natalie's got a busted blood vessel in her eye from doing this, because she had more than just little balls because of who we were and what they've been doing to us, still to this day, still fucking with us now. So hers came out and busted an eye vessel. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can do this. If you, and coconut oil in. And now look, when I first put coconut oil in my mouth, and then just start by rinsing it. Just put a little bit of coconut, put it in your mouth and D King does her teeth like this every day. I haven't been able to, just because I've having to keep my mouth dirty to stay attached to you guys as much as possible. Literally. And so there is an overboard of your mouth being too clean as well. Okay, but if you have not put coconut oil in your mouth, as soon as you do, you might throw up. I mean, because what it does is it pulls all the death energy. Yes, it's the best real toothpaste and actually you don't even need to do a toothbrush. You just put it, before you do anything in the morning, put anything in your mouth, have coffee, put it in. And D King taught me this. And then she gets a napkin and rubs it down and just gets all the plaque and stuff. And then she's got a toothpaste replacement compound that's got some other things that we want to get out to you too. And actually she can show us how to make it. You know, that's what's coming here, because she's got one that we use here. This is, and we're there's 4 of us here with specific Akashic libraries that are helping replace pharmaceuticals, understanding what you need now, because your glands are going away, your thyroid's going away, your appendix are going away, men don't need a prostate. There's a lot of things that's changing in your body that doesn't need to be there, because it was only there because it's working in this unorganic mixed match of piping. And so right now we're talking, and you'll crave it, Also, whenever you have it, spit it out. Right now mine's real milky. My spit's real milky because it's frothy inside. You're gonna have different layers, because you're getting it, you gotta get it out, because as soon as you get it out, you go up. Now, if you can't hold the coconut oil, if you put it in your mouth the first time and you throw up and you start dry heaving, that's okay. Don't keep going. Put it in your mouth, hold it as long as you can, dry heave. Tomorrow, do it again. Don't do any. The next day, you'll be able to hold it a little longer. The next day, a little longer. Now, because if you're like me and you were that compounded with death, then understand that each day too, as if you can't hold it, what's happening is that's all releasing out of your energy. It's gonna catch in your lemons. Okay, it's gonna catch in your lemons. You're gonna because you just got it out. You couldn't hold it in your field. Now you've popped it out. Now it's gonna come in the lemons. Now if you've already been doing the oils and you no longer have a reaction, okay, then I want you guys, because we need to get the infection out. Now your soul is not in your head. Your soul comes in your feet. And if you really think about how when you walk and you kick back, because when you walk, you know, when you kick, right, and you walk like this, so this is why too you don't want to walk like this. We want to, and this helps put little notes, little sticky notes on every single one of your door frames in your house. I had to do this to retrain myself and put stand up straight. So just tell consciousness right now, consciousness, every time I walk through a door frame, I'm going to stand up straight. And it will help you start, because look, the reason too is we had all this crap, literally, connected to all kinds of crap, okay? We weren't using our lungs. See, that's the way you're supposed to breathe. So when all this starts moving, then those little bitty balls start, right? Because it's just one little magnet inside your body that's holding skeleton, that's holding your bubble up down here, and it should be up here. Dara se quieren dormir a ti así que. Eso dormia. And se quieren tare mi rendia tia to horindia tia mbo o kirentia. And there was a message that somebody, and I'm also communicating about some things in the world right now. I'm not sure. I just had to stop for a minute and my focus had to go to something else. So just give me a second. This is how it works. If you're a leader in the consciousness under certain topics, no matter what you're doing, you'll get stopped and pulled. You'll lose your focus. You didn't forget what you're doing. You're doing 3 or 4 things at the same time. I'm here in Jerusalem right now. So we're going to use this next thing to alchemize the olive, okay? We're going to alchemize olive oil. We don't need olive oil. It's too thick. And olive oil sedates and ferments. We don't want olive. No olive. No IV. No IV. No OL. No low. No olive branch. No way. The coconut oil pulls out what's stopping the organic from forming. Those little balls are pieces of antimatter that are keeping you in a simulation. If you, from the queen lines, you have oil in your line, and then you might have more of an extreme, because you might have, because you're the oil that then everyone else's little bubbles were still magnetizing to. But it's inside your body. It's not. Get even if you got a spaghetti pot, you've got any time of those little hospital bins, if you got one, write on it, alchemize on the outside. I'm healing this, I'm doing this, right on the box what it is, right on the pot. You don't have to, but if it's one of those little plastic hospital bins, and the alchemize the hospital is what I'm saying. If it happens to be your cooking pot, then you're uncooking your feet. You're uncooking your soul. You use every little thing with intention, because we've set the intention as a high priestess over here for the entire collective. We're using it all together. So you get some water. Now warm it up. If you don't have a way to warm the water, which a lot of our girls do not right now, because we are not allowed to have electricity until this is cleared, then put it out in the sun once I tell you what else to put on. And it actually might be what you need to do today, because we're sun children. It's what we do. Put the water in the spaghetti pot. If you can, warm it. Not hot, warm. Lukewarm. Luke. And then put some salt. If you have Dead Sea salt, great. If you've got iodized salt, we're going to alchemize that little girl with the freaking umbrella. I don't care. Put salt in it. Tell the salt. Pull out the infection. Get this out. Loosen up those little magnetic balls so I can get them out. Put some lemon in if you have it. If you don't worry about it. Put some coconut oil in it, as much as you feel. If you can't hold it in your mouth, you might want to put extra in your water in your feet. If you can hold it in your mouth, you might want to put extra water in your feet. Coconut oil in your feet. Get a wet rag, make it cool, put it on your vagus nerve. Put it right here, because what you're doing is getting the connection back from your feet to your head. This is also, if you're getting real bad migraines, you need to do this. If you have a migraine, do this in the middle of the migraine, and it'll stop the pounding. You don't even have to use the coconut oil. If you get a migraine, what you need to do is put a hot water in a bathtub. Put your feet in the water. Sit on the side of the tub. Do not put your whole body, just your feet. Put a cold rag, ice cold. Feet hot, head cold. Feet hot, head cold. It'll stop the pounding, and then you can relax. And then it'll open up, and it'll continue to do what it needs to do. And the next day, your life will completely change, because the headache's usually the last part. Because you've released it here, and then the brain has to make new neuron connections. I mean, look, y'all, I had to give y'all a lobotomy. You think I'm joking? I'm not. I mean, your brains, everything got redone. My face lost form for about 5 minutes. I could not control it. They tried to give us all polio. I think those are the main ones. Now here's another one. You can use cod oil if you have cod oil. Now here's what we learned. They already have some intention on that, because they knew that we was going to use it. And they have this whole tuna bullshit set up with turning us into fish. And it made me extra sick. And I'm just so goddamn done with it. And all their fucking bullshit intention that they've had so much time to make up the littlest goddamn things with a purple fucking rubber band, but you can't make some brain straight or build a fucking highway. But then you want to come and try to take up our intelligence and say that you're us, and while you kill everybody trying to be us, and we're just done with it. So if you have cod oil and you know it, then you can use it. If not, do not go buy it. If you know somebody who works with oils and they know how to administer an astringent of cod oil, then, and if you've got somebody in your family, then ask them to put the cod oil right here, and you will vomit your fucking ass off. Now, the thing is, it deleted us way too much too quick, because there was some evil intention on that bullshit, and I'm dead set to hunt down the motherfucker who did it. Right now, it's linked to Jason Momoa and Jimmy Kimmel, an entire entertainment hit squad that seems to think that they're God's gift of vampires, and I'm downright fucking irritated as hell, and they can all kiss my goddamn ass and float. There is no more fucking secret. There's no more time traveler log. There's no more estates. There's no more government. There's no earn. There's no mint. If your teeth start hurting, if you're having the little bumps come out and they're getting puzzy, okay? Or if all of a sudden, because look, when the infection comes out in us, it's going to come out of our pores. If you've ever had Reiki and you had an infection, what it does is it pulls the infection out and it sends it out your bloodstream so it won't go to your brain. And then what'll happen instead is it'll come out your pores of wherever it is in your body, really affecting your tooth, because it's not your tooth. It's infection that's coming in your body. Now, here's the thing with teeth. We should be regrowing teeth. It's set to do it. All of our children had extra teeth. We're just having to get through these final alchemizations, and because we can't trust dentists, and it was universal law, and they messed with the teeth. The teeth shouldn't be the way they are. Even drinking sugar, it has nothing to do with it. They were messing with time travel, and they messed with dental, and they set it up on your astrology. It's why you had the Zodiac Killer. It is what it is. And your teeth were busted, and they shouldn't have. If they're hurting now, I'm not talking about the past 3 years, because those of us who lost all of our teeth, it's because they were fucking with us in this entertainment vampire bullshit, and this is why, if you don't want to give us any money, fine, we'll just heal our own damn teeth and take all yours, because that's what's happening. All their teeth are falling out because we need them, and they don't want to make it right. They don't want to pay for dental. They want to act like we don't exist. Then fucking fine, we'll just take your teeth and your life and your DNA that you stole. And our land, because it's the same thing. My body and my church is the land. I can't do just pieces of it, especially whenever nobody wants to come and help. And India and China want to continue to do rockets out and clean DNA to make us sick, which is why you're doing it and going through this now. So why don't y'all just all say fucking Christ is here and scream it so that we can get this on? Otherwise, you're going to keep doing this. If you all of a sudden see an implant, there are many different types of implants. There are many different types. When you're seeing it, it's because it's coming out. When you're seeing it, it's because it's been cut from your bone structure, your muscle structure, your organ structure, whatever it was that was holding it together. Or even if you were like one of me, who's a major mega incarnate time traveler, we're literally Russian dolls, dude. We're Russian dolls. If you have like a pit bull head, see, Natalie's body type, that's the pig suit. See, I got pigged when Gwen Stefani bought me. I call it getting Stefani'd. I know what it's like to have a pig suit. That's what we're getting off Natalie now. That's what they put all y'all in, a pig suit. They put you in a gig suit. A walking Wi-Fi signal. But then if you're organic, everything, cancer. Texas has been making them. This is a Shawshank Redemption. See, everybody thought, oh, we don't need to worry about the super soldiers. They ain't real. No, bitch. They just making all y'all into super soldiers. I've cleared a tiger suit. Tiger's blood, that's part of this. Charlie Sheen. Tiger's blood, time travel. He's in 4040. I was a tiger suit originally. But my body's dead. The earth died. My body's been run around in an ambulance with Kanye West and Trump's name on it. I've chased my own body out of this neighborhood. Pretty much every person that you've seen wake up out of a dead coffin, the 6-year-old that made it and didn't die in the lake, everybody that jumped out of planes, anybody that would landed in a crash on a highway. That was me and Natalie. When I went to Pismo and after I roped off LA, that I'm having to do, when I drive around LA and I'm roping off LA, I look like Spider-Man leading out of the fucking wall. I'm driving, she's driving, I'm roping the lines from the satellites through all the fucking shit. I'm the one who's making Russia and shit blow up. It's me. It's me. See, Putin wants in NATO now because they're going to all come again. Well, they can't do that. That's why I had to claim Anastasia. But see, your AB negatives are the ones that are bound and determined to keep you sick. That's why you're not ABO blood no more. Because they counted on me to heal you. I'm fucking done. I'm out. I'm not your planet no more. Neither is my family, your star systems. Neither are we your railroad and your cars. And we definitely ain't no 353 fucking shuttle through our guts and up our ass. And through our nose and between our eyes and our ears. Which would be CIA and serious. There ain't no stars up there. They're all on the ground. There ain't nothing out there for 1 trillion light years. Now, whenever you're in a body of the collective and you're working together, that's fucking badass for us because it's really our fee to move about the world. Thank you, Elon, for building all those ships. We don't have to rock them out. We just fucking got to get in them and drive around now. We don't need your fucking roads. Now we can actually fly around on the 13th dimension where we really are. And are. When my crew walks into any type of place now, when nothing bothers us. Most everybody in the store, though, is about this tall. Most everybody in the stores in their AI bullshit, running Magog shit. We might have to, like, snap, do some cotton candy, run some codes, do some crazy shit, because nothing's going to stick. Even if we got to hunt you down for the next 3 days and find your fucking house, we will. To get back whatever you think you took. So just stop trying. When we walk in the store, the AI's right here to us. Because we're right in the matrix. Shit, y'all are in my program now. Earth's back connected. I think we got the real moon again. That's why you're getting sick. Allergies going off the chains because you're back in an organic structure. You're not in a simulation. But that mucus is wanting to go in because it's trying to get to that magnet. You got to get that magnet out. You get that magnet out, you get it in the lemons, then what it does is it lifts your whole bubble up, and now that you're listening to this, you know what's going on. You're already lifting your bubble up. It still has to process, because you just pop that blister. It's not holding that goo no more to heal it. Now it's raw. Now you're like, ow, I need a Band-Aid. No, are you sure? Probably not. Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Just don't leave the house for a day or two. You don't want to go out raw. If you go out raw, you're only going to get raw back at you. Trust me. Pismo was a bitch. I didn't have no choice. I had to go raw. Normally, I would not have moved. If I would have had the money to stay there like I was supposed to for the whole weekend for $400 a night, instead Jason paid a guy from Amsterdam to be next door, and they set up some sex fest over there because, you know, me and Natalie had to put all of our money together to get in the one fucking room so I could get my body back because they charge $400 to $500 a night. That's okay, because we've been collecting it this whole time. Whoever the freaking skanks are in the wigs. At Madonna and Pismo, whoever's been posing, whoever this is, because I've been down here dealing. This has been the last on the list. So this is Kentucky and Nashville. Probably Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, fucking anybody that they'd say hailed from any type of country consciousness. Right? Who am I? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm all of them. Fuck, Tom. I'm T. Hanks you. Don't say thank you. It's T. Hanks you. Tom Hanks you. See, I'm not exactly sure. It could be Brittany. I know definitely Brittany's me. That's when they started making them. She was your first one. Y'all want to talk about the Cellbrites, but y'all don't want to talk about the real people. See? I'd tell you how they made Brittany from Passages and how it's set up with the Minutemen in Las Vegas and how the whole thing was set up on a Goodfellas fucking low-down Al Capone trade-out. On a John Bonet, on a Joseph fucking bullshit city cop fucking timeline. But by all means, free Britney, but don't free nobody else. Free Britain. Fuck everybody else. Celine Dion dead. Who's the last country singer that was up in residence in Vegas? Whoever they put up in residency. I know Adele's fucked. See, all of them can live, but they have to come clean. And they have to come clean to me, personally. And they're still running routes. They're still killing everybody. They don't care. Okay, well, that's on them. It's not on us. Whatever karma they set up with this bullshit, they get on them. See, they've never paid karma. They've always had an AB neg to fucking do it. Well, fuck y'all. Elon, you wanted to be an AB so bad you made it AE, and now you're Elon Musk's AB. Well, fuck you. You just wanted to all of a sudden be an AB because you had a null that could fucking clean your shit with your X and Y. Funny thing is, the family that made your little Y doesn't even have fucking electricity or gas right now, and we just got her away from her abusive stepfather. She's less than 30 years old, and she has 7 fucking kids. To make your Y? I got a fucking problem, Elon. What'd you do to Texas? What'd you do to my people? You think I give a flying fuck about your money and your Hollywood and your California bullshit? Y'all think I give a fuck about that? No. I was here the whole time getting it back for all us. And there's more than one. Because here's your hairdo. So here's your Jessica Simpson, because here's your Arlington version. Your Arlington, because see, all California's trying to do over here was fucking pull Texas over here. But then if you're from Texas and you come here to claim, you get killed. Actually, you get made into an asteroid. If you're in Jerusalem, you get shot, because we had a family over there that was there proving, and their whole bus got shot. All family, 4 members from New York, all of them alive. Fuck y'all. We'll prove everywhere that we prove. There ain't no Audi that's gonna fucking replace it. And you can't make us sick. This information is what's gonna heal you. Knowing how messed up it was allows you to pull out of it. If you don't, if you go back to your ER doctor, then all you're doing is giving them another way to fuck over your family and your sisters and your brothers, and we hate you for it. If you're going to the doctor right now, you're not getting any help from God. We hate you. You're the problem. If you're going to dentists, if you're getting braces on your kids right now, you might as well sign them up to be a fucking rail line. You don't have our blessing. We're not helping you. Spirit is nowhere involved in the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, technology industry. If you're doing bit, we ain't helping you. If you're trying to make finance and money, fuck you. You're trying to kill us. I'm sorry. How much you say the United States is worth? I've got over $1 trillion in this house in DNA. It's also why the whole world's trying to kill us. It's also why we know how to heal from it. It's also why I know how to pull your planet. I can guarantee you no Jessica Simpson and no fucking little, what was her little thing? Oh, she's so stupid. She's just, Oh, what was that? Chicken of the sea? Is this Chrissy Snow? That's another thing. If you have a pig suit, snort. You need to snort. You need to. This looks crazy. You need to, because that... You've got those channels just like a pig. You got to suck them out. It's how they knew who we were. If you snorted when you laughed. That's right. Alright, now that I look like a total blonde crazy person. So, we'll be back soon. We do need assistance. We do need assistance. The ocean is in the wrong place. Los Angeles was on 3 different dimensions, basically holding heaven and hell. And so 6 dimensions are having to jump. Now, all of us who are organic, who are in the Sophia template, who are here, we already know that this is like Jonah's whale, whatever, but it's not a missile, and stop fucking shooting at me. It's funny, I mean, how do you expect an angel to get through 5G? You want us to have wings? I think we'd kind of fall. You got angels and sun divers jumping in everywhere. The earth ain't even, you're not even in the earth. You're in the middle of the source on a Sirius A deal, and you're inside our body, and we're the ones causing the missiles and explosions because we're having them go off a little bit in places that will get rid of stuff instead of everything blowing up all at once. If you're around an explosion and you feel it, or you see it, or you witnessed it, you will feel like you're coming out of a war in another dimension, because you just did. Nobody down here is dying. Nobody down here is dying. If you're a soul and your body is killed illegally, you're jumping into... There's basically like a holder vessel on standby that's been vaccinated. Basically. I watched it for 2 weeks because I helped one group get out that had our masculine in it, that was being held underground. And then that's when 5 died in that car crash, and that baby girl with the nurse that's had 37 wrecks, because that's how she makes a living. She makes a living hitting people in DNA to cause timeline changes. There's a whole series of them that do it to us women too, and they hide the cars in Joshua Tree and in the desert, and then they bury them. And then they bury the car that hit you and killed you, and then whenever you ascend, you find them, because it's trauma bonds. And you can't get out except the way you came in. So this is also why serial killers and why prisons are no longer going to even be... Prisons are not an avenue. We're not going to send you to prison. That's where you breed. We're not going to send you to prison. That's where you get your Magog handbook and your DNA type. That's where the IRA are running this whole thing. The governments and everything are running it from the P. Risings. They're owned by corporations. They're owned everything else that are Saudi ran. This is why the Fed set up and opened up whatever the hell they're calling it, but they just put the main terrorists there and then let them go to town. They're their people. And in Detroit, they're cleaning all the records and releasing them. In fact, my main handler that they wanted to finish this up with, the main Bohey, he's had 8 or 9 DWIs. His next one, he goes for 25 years, and he got pulled over 2 years ago going wrong way in Austin in a fucking new Jeep, and they let him go. He's worth more fucking with us, right? That's why he's there. It's what his role is to do. That's why he went to prison to begin with. Because they're all just time-traveling Nazis. Where are they going to hide? I mean, my problem was I had to hide for a year. Look how that got me. Been a lot easier to hide in prison, wouldn't it? Which leads me to gases. This is why we have no more gases. You can basically thank Sears, Roebuck, Montgomery Wards. What they did is put your gas chamber in your house. The codes were set up to do it. Since again. Everything down here needs to be rethought. How we wash clothes. How we build our roads. What type of gasoline do we want to use? How do we want to power vehicles? It's not going to be electricity and it's not going to be gasoline. It's human DNA energy. How we grow food. How we do sacrifice animals for meat. And use every fucking piece. And treat them with consciousness and care. And only do it when we have to. But we don't murder people and keep a cow. But then not eat it. It's insanity to me. Everybody started loving their animals more than people. It's been the topic of conversation in Pisma. Well, your dogs no longer can hold your soul either. Animals are animals. They're not human. Animals serve a function on this planet, same as trees, different than humans. You give animals a bunch of power, what you've done is create an RH ape race that ran your world. We learned a lesson. Right? Cartoon characters, Bugs Bunny, all these characters, see, we didn't give it a second thought. But we gave it a lot of power. Look what Donald Duck is still doing. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. But Eeyore got wings. Eeyore's no longer celebrating the mystery birthday party in the woods under a TCBY vampire murder in 91. In fact, it never happened. 9/11 never happened. Anybody getting assassinated never happened. Anybody getting killed never happened. Anybody's original sires never happened. Any entertainers that are set up on a 1991 repeat, you're fucked unless you get a hold of me and do what's right, because I'm supposed to be running management and entertainment here anyway. It's my right. I bought it. I paid all the fees. I opened up the production channel, and I'm running your goddamn realm as your 33 Master Mason, and you damn straight will fucking give us back our production channels so we can use them properly to help get this information out to people. I've already cut down all your broadcast lines and all your broadband lines and all your broadwidths going to be caves in Austin and all over the world. And it ain't running off my back no more. Neither is Channel 5 in your Target. In fact, Target stores, you need to vacate immediately, or you need to contact Cohue 32 and we can partner right now. And on the grid systems that every Target is at is a grid system that's running your matrix with a habit burger. We can very easily take back the Matrix and get it high vibe and get these people what they need and get their products in there and explain how this reality works so that everybody can build their heaven. And Target, I'm waiting for your call. If not, you need to vacate your facilities now. And I demand Habit Burger to be closed across the world now. And that should be all we need to take down the rest of Bank of America and Chase. They want to play ball. We just rolled it. Y'all aren't getting sick and dying no more. Not in my fucking name. I love y'all.